Hello, yogis. Cassidy with Marina Bay Yoga here. Today, we have an amazing yin yoga practice. So, we're going to slow it down. I want you to be able to take these tools and translate them into your own practice. When you don't want to look at a video, when you don't have time for a full 30 minutes to an hour practice, when you just have 4 or 5 minutes to get something in. So I'm going to be teaching a lot today about the yin yoga practice so that you can incorporate it into your weekly routine with yoga. So often we're focused on flows, we're focused on building strength, and that's so important. The balance, all of that is so important. The yin yoga practice invites us to find our edge, to find our discomfort, and it's super, super helpful in helping us stay mobile and flexible. So we're going to slow it down. I'm going to talk you through a lot of it. We're going to do some deep breathing, and I'm really excited for this practice. Yin is one of my favorite things to teach, and I want to make sure you feel very equipped to carry this on your own or with me in other practices that you feel very clear on where we're going, what's happening. Awesome. If you haven't seen yet, the virtual studio is opening August 15th. I am over the moon. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So what that means is you now have 3 chances to practice with me live every single week. The schedule is available. It's up online, and I'll put it in the link below this video. And with the virtual studio, with the 3 live classes, you also get on demand. That means a whole library of videos, more than what you've already seen, are going to be available on an on-demand platform that is going to continue to grow over time. So it will continue to include more live classes. It will also continue to include exclusive classes that have never been seen live, that have never been on YouTube, that have never been anywhere else. This is the place where I'm really letting loose. The way that I teach in person, I have found, is very vibrant. We have a lot of fun. And as you've experienced through our practice together, we have a lot of fun on the mat. And in this on-demand practice and in the virtual studio, I'm just ready to take it up a notch. I'm ready to give you even more yoga that you're looking for and really help you do it in a compact and potent way so that time is never a reason that you can't make it to your mat, so that you always have the time. You're never too busy to get your 15 to 20 minutes in. I'm super looking forward to it. All right, let's go ahead and meet on the mat for our yin yoga practice. My throat is extremely dry today, so I will have my water with me. Just go ahead and bring anything you need to the mat. I want to have you also bring a pillow to the mat. It doesn't need to be a special yoga pillow. It can be a regular pillow from your bed. But if you do have a long pillow, that will be helpful, okay? If not, you can bring a couch pillow. You could even use a blanket like the one on my chair. We're gonna begin today in our child's pose. So knees are gonna open as wide as it feels good. Big toes are together, and we're gonna bring that pillow as close as possible and start to walk the hands forward. We're gonna come all the way down onto this pillow. You can look left or right, or you can take your head straight down, or you can even bring your chin to the pillow, finding whichever variation works and feels good to you. And then we're going to take those arms out as far as it feels good. Take a moment here to settle in and to find the variation that helps your body feel delightful. You can close your eyes for a moment, finding the ground beneath you. And just begin to settle in, relaxing through the hips, through the shoulders, maybe even bringing a little bend to the elbow.
3 places to soften. Take a moment in the quiet and stillness to set an intention for your practice and to find your breath. Now with our yin yoga practice, we are wanting to find an edge of discomfort. This is a little bit different. We are looking for an edge where our muscles relax, our body softens, and the whole body, the whole being settles in, and we get into the connective tissue. So we're looking for that place where the muscles release, and this is usually at about 90 seconds. Usually around a minute and a half, the muscles start to relax, allowing the body to soften and to find that flexibility. So when that happens, you want to start to find the 4-8 breath, and you can do it even before then. You've probably heard me talk about the 4-8 breath before, so we're just going to bring it back here. And you're going to breathe in for 4 and out for 8. Drawing the breath into the count of 4 and out to the count of 8. We'll take that through one time here. Begin to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing that on your own, and if you are looking left or right, start to switch your head to the other side, giving your neck a little break and evening everything out. Staying with that 4-8 breath, breathing in for 4 and out for 8. Notice how your muscles start to relax on each exhale. The yin practice is nice and slow. It can be very restorative. It can be a great way to recover between workouts, between our strong yoga practices, between our warriors, our balancing. I always recommend twice a week of yin and 3 times a week of power flows or heated yoga, vinyasa, any kind of faster pace to balance it out with the yin practice as well. On your next inhale, we're going to go ahead and set that pillow out of the way and start to walk the hands all the way up. You can bring the knees together and go ahead and come all the way down onto your forearms, legs extend straight out back behind you, coming into a little sphinx pose here. So elbows are right under those shoulders, and the crown of the head is going to lift up just a little bit, and we're going to press everything against the mat. And then exhale, soften those muscles. You can see how my back and my glutes soften down. See if you can find 3 places to relax the body here. Letting it grow heavy. Another thing about the yin yoga practice is the breath can move freely out of the mouth. We don't have to keep that ujjayi breath that we typically keep, creating that ocean sound. We can let that go for our yin practice.
For your yin practice, you can simply breathe however it feels good to you. And when that edge of discomfort arises, like you might start to feel it in your low back, then just bring your attention to inhale for 4 and exhale for 8. Dropping the shoulders away from your ears and just notice how this pose feels. It might feel slightly different in a yin practice than it would in our vinyasa practice or our strong practice. Another thing about the yin yoga practice is we're typically going to stay in poses for a minute and a half, all the way up to 5 to 10 minutes sometimes. Now, today we're going to just be in poses for about 3 to 5 minutes at a time. But if you've only got 10 minutes and you want to be in one pose, by all means, have at it. Enjoy that one pose. All right, on your next exhale, we're going to take the hands to the corners, coming up into seal pose, extend the arms straight, deepening that stretch just a little bit more for the back and shoulders. And in the midst of engaging through your arms, see if you can relax the back, drawing the belly closer and closer towards the mat. We've got 3 deep breaths here. Try not to lock out the elbows, but keep them strong, just without locking them out. Good. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. And we're actually going to press all the way up into a tabletop, taking just a little bit of a counteracting pose here. We're going to go through a little cat-cow. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest, arch the back. And exhale, head comes down, round out that spine. Good, yogis. Inhale, look up, arch the back. And exhale, round out the spine. Come back through center. And we're going to take the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. And this is where you can bring your pillow in. You're going to bring it right in front of you, right here. Good. Reach that right arm all the way up. And then we're going to thread it through the left side, coming all the way down onto the shoulder. And this is where we can find a little deeper edge than maybe you found with me before. We're going to take that left arm all the way to the pillow. So that little bit of extension, we're adding in a nice big neck stretch here. So it's not only the shoulder, but it's also the neck. And once you find that edge, you might feel it up this left shoulder a little deeper. And we're going to find some stillness. Again, allowing the eyes to close and maybe start to picture you in your favorite place, taking a moment here in this pose to meditate and to find some gratitude, just thinking about even a favorite place or a favorite memory over this last year. Allowing yourself to go back there, to be in that place, to remember it as though it's fresh and it's happening now. We create memories so that we can enjoy them. Take this moment to remember something that you've loved about this year. On your next inhale, bring that left hand down to the ground and start to unwind, reaching the right arm up towards the ceiling. Feel that rebound effect through the shoulder. And right hand comes down to the ground. We're going to reach the left arm up, look up towards the fingertips, and start to thread it through the right side, coming all the way down onto your shoulder. And begin to reach that right arm forward onto the pillow, deepening the stretch for your shoulder, your bicep, your neck. A place that often doesn't get a lot of love and attention when it comes to deep stretching. As you settle in here, you can, again, bring your awareness to that memory or place that brings you joy, allowing yourself not only to think about it, but see if you can feel the memory in your body. See if you can feel that place of joy and gratitude and happiness in the body. See if you can find just one or two places to relax, to soften, maybe getting out any wiggles, and then letting your body settle in. On your next inhale, right hand comes down really slowly. Reach that left arm up. Open up the shoulder, open up the back, and left hand comes down. We're giving the back lots of love tonight. Extend the spine long as you come into your tabletop and take a big inhale, draw the chest forward, arch the back. Exhale, head comes down, round out your spine. Inhale, draw the heart forward, arch the back. Exhale, head comes down, round out the spine. One more time through your cat-cow, following your own breath. And we're gonna go into pigeon pose. You can take that pillow and keep it by your side. You may want it here, over here, so you can see my legs. This is the practice where you can have your hair down, where you're not sweating. All right, we're gonna bring those hands all the way forward. So we're in our tabletop and we're gonna draw the right knee forward to the right wrist and then take that right foot over towards the left hand. We're gonna sit up right through the center of the body. So if your shin comes parallel to the front of the mat, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. A couple options here in your pose. You can bring this pillow that you have and take it under your glute all the way so that if you would like to work on getting parallel, you can actually sit up here. So your knee is going to come up a little bit. That back leg is still going to be straight, but the pillow is going to assist in lifting your leg. Okay, so this is option number one. You can do this with or without the pillow. What feels good in your body is really the goal here. So find that spot that feels good. I personally am working on getting this straighter, opening up this hip a little bit more. So I'm gonna keep the pillow here, but you can also do it without it. And then you can stay seated up. This is gonna put a lot more pressure down the center of the body, or you can come down onto the elbows. And as you can tell, it's gonna put a lot more pressure in that front part of the hip. So this is your practice. I want you to test out both and see which one feels good for you, either sitting up without a bolster, or lying down. You could even come all the way down if the body feels good here. Take a moment, we're not in a hurry. Take a moment to see which one feels really good for your body today. I'm going to stay up on my bolster and keep working on opening up this front hip. And I'm actually going to come down onto my elbows. Now you can keep these right toes flexed, pulled back towards you so that it supports the knee if there's any discomfort in the knee, okay? And then as you settle in, as you find which variation feels good for you, take a moment here and see if you can soften just 3 muscles, 3 places to release. Pigeon pose is one of the poses that people tend to get mad at me during. So if you feel some anger towards me, towards anyone else in your life, if you're practicing right now and there are children around you or animals around you, or you can look over and see that the dishes need to be done or the clothes need to be flipped or there's work on your desk. This is the pose that can tend to exacerbate whatever you were feeling when you came into your practice or any visual stimulation that might be happening around you. So just notice that, allow space, allow yourself the grace to feel, to experience. And then just like the body relaxes, the muscles relax after 90 seconds, thoughts typically only last 90 seconds. Feelings typically only last 90 seconds if we can learn to observe them. See what it feels like to observe the feelings, observe the thoughts, observe the sensations, and then allow them to either stay if you like them or pass if you don't like them. You'll notice gravity starts to pull you down, starts to draw you down. See how that feels to release into it, to soften the shoulders and to let it go a little bit here. It's okay if your legs move a little. It's okay if the muscles relaxing means you come out of the pose a little bit. It's okay. As long as there's no pain, you're good to stay here. And we're going to take one more deep breath. And then when you're ready, start to walk it up. So if there's pain, you always want to come out of it. If it's just discomfort, you want to try to breathe through it and find that edge. All right, yogis, we're going to take that right knee back to meet the left and come back into our tabletop. Our tabletop's kind of our neutral pose for today. And then we're going to take that pillow. If you are using the pillow, you can move it to the other side. And we're going to take that left foot forward. Okay, left knee to left wrist and left foot all the way over to the right side. Decide if you like the pillow on this side or if you want to try it without it. Yogi's choice. And find whichever variation feels good to you. Remember, you can be up, you can be down, you can be with the pillow, you can be without the pillow. It is up to you. Okay. And more than anything, we want to support the body. So if it doesn't feel good, we're not going to push it. We're going to find the edge that feels good. Take your time. It doesn't need to look like mine. I hope that point has been hammered and drilled home. It needs to look like yours. If you're wondering why I have this amazing mirror in front of me today, it's actually the door to my outside deck, my patio. And one of the puppies, I won't embarrass him, one of the puppies decided that it would be a good idea to go to the bathroom on the curtains. So they are getting dried. So I can see myself, which is kind of fun. And check out my pose. If you have mirrors around you and you can see your practice, you can look at this two ways. One, you could ignore them and not worry about it. Or the other option is to notice and to just get curious about your body, to celebrate what it's able to do, and even to observe, like, is there anything that you want to improve on? Is there anything that you love that you want to keep? Anything you want to change? And then as you get into this pose, see if there's just one or two places that you can soften. One or two places to find some ease. On your next inhale, go ahead and walk it up. Pausing here at the top for a moment and just notice how this side feels. Notice any differences on the left side. See what it feels like to you. And then we'll take that left leg all the way back to meet the right. You can move the pillow out of the way. We're going to come to a wide-legged seat and extend the legs open. Ooh, we've had those hips all crunched and tightened. We're going to let them out a little bit. You can rock your toes in and out and let them relax all the way open, coming into that nice big straddle. And we're going to sit up nice and tall here. Yogi's choice, you can have the pillow in front of you if you'd like, or you can keep it out of the way. I'm going to start with it. I love having a pillow close by. And I'm just going to flip it this way. And you can go ahead and inhale, reach those arms up, look towards your fingertips, and exhale, start to fold forward, hinging at the hips. So keeping the back as straight as possible, as long as possible. And then when you can't go any further, then you can round out the spine, relaxing over the black pillow. Yours does not have to be a black pillow. I don't know why I decided to add the color of the pillow in. Oh, it's been one of those really lovely days. All right, let your body settle in over whatever colored pillow you have. And don't worry so much about your arms here. Draw your chin to your chest and allow the backs of your knees to press down just a little bit more, maybe feeling a little bit more opening through the back of the knee. And then allow the toes to point out just a little bit so that the knees are opening. And start to check in with your sits bones. We want to keep the sits bones on the ground. And we want to find some extension through the back. And finally, just let your body settle. One or two places where you can soften, relaxing the muscles. And come back to that 4-8 breath, breathing in for 4 and out for 8. We'll practice all together. Let out a big exhale and begin to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may notice that gravity is drawing you down the longer that you stay here. This is the power of staying in the pose. I know so often we're rushed, we want to move quickly, we want to do all the things, but we really see these big jumps in flexibility when we're willing to be still, when we're willing to lean into the discomfort. On your next inhale, begin to walk the hands up, and we're going to keep the back round as we go up vertebrae by vertebrae and come to sit all the way up. You can move your pillow out of the way and come to crisscross those legs. As you crisscross, we're going to bring the hands just right behind you. Drop the head back and lift the chest, bringing a little counteracting to that fold, arching the back, lifting the heart, and slowly rise all the way up. You can reach your arms up overhead and exhale, hands come to knees. Draw your chin to your chest and find a gentle rock left and right here. So anytime we fold or we twist, we want to always do it in the opposite direction. If we contract, we want to expand, making sure that we're counteracting all of our poses. Come back through center, palms come together at heart center. It is a joy and an absolute delight to practice with you. My hope for you, my blessing for you today is that today would be a day that you get to embrace discomfort, that in the face of discomfort, that you would be able to find that breath that draws you deeper into the moment and allows you to stay present. The light in me sees the light in you, my friends, and I will see you very soon for our next practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.